Well, hello, everybody. You know what time it is. It's time for that their main viewer, and it's live. What is your Star Trek alien zodiac sign? We're going to spend the entire episode on this. And if we have time, we'll talk about Star Trek Las Vegas. We will talk about how Khan Noonien Singh is coming back, possibly. Penny, we'll just say Penny for now, not Mr. Gadget. But Penny says she wants, Penny wants more Orville and more Deep Space Nine. And we, I think, agree with that. We got so much to talk about this week, you guys, and that is why we are going to be live talking to you about it with Dr. Muhammad Noor.
Hello, hello. I'm doing the Sirac intro. Always a pleasure to be on Virtual TrekCon.
Dr. Anne-Marie Siegel.
Hi. So excited for Vegas.
Myself and Melissa are also doctors, kind of, not really at all.
Hi. Yeah.
All right.
Melissa has a cool shirt.
She does.
Oh, thanks.
All right, everybody, who is in the live chat today? We have Prince Julius, hello, Chuck A, David Gregory, Fox Nomad popping in to say hi. He says DQ here. Mona is here, Glenn Iverson, Donnie Pearson. We got a lot of you. One Trek Anderegg fan will be seeing you soon. Linda Anderegg, yep. All right, and Anne Marie's in the live chat. Awesome.
So is Muhammad. So is me.
All right, so you guys, let's just get into it. We have so much to talk about, and we're going to end up talking about Star Trek Las Vegas, even though it's not really planned, because that's just what happens the week before. We can't help it. First things first. First things first. Muhammad. Okay, this is an article from ScreenRant.com. ScreenRant.com here. Let me pull it up so everybody can see that this is a real thing. ScreenRant.com. Which Star Trek alien are you based on your zodiac sign? Wow, look at all these great options.
This was credit to Melissa, not me, on this one.
Mm-hmm. However, you and Melissa, I believe, are the same zodiac sign, right? You're both January, early January.
Yeah.
And Aaron Eisenberg.
Team Capricorn.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Capricorn?
Cappy.
Okay, well, let's see. Let's see what you guys are here. Ooh, someone's a Bolian. Nice.
We're way down there.
Okay. Oh, boo. That one's too good. All right. So,
with a Q.
No.
Capricorn. Vulcans. You guys are Vulcans.
We're just like better humans.
The infinitely quotable Mr. Spock is perhaps the most visible representative of the Vulcan race. Though he bucks some of their traditions, the Vulcans value logic above all else, and that often gives them a haughty air, not hot air, but haughty air when dealing with races that they consider to be illogical. Disciplined to the last, Capricorns have a level of self-control that sometimes stuns other signs, but they can be judgmental to those who don't share the same control. Capricorns usually redirect their energy into artistic pursuits, and they value order when creating. Is this true?
I mean, Melissa's a lot more artistic than I am, so.
You value order when you create, Melissa?
No, I don't relate to that part.
So we split it up. I'll keep the order, you keep the artistic.
Yeah, I mean, while I'm creating, it's not so ordered. But after it's done, everything should go back to its place. Yeah. But yeah, I'm a tornado otherwise while it's going on, because I need every supply with me at all times, even if I don't need it right then. Yeah.
Tornado DDT.
I feel bad for the Aquarius people. I saw who they were next, like, oh man, that's harsh. Poor Aquarius folks.
They actually said some nice things about the Kazon.
That's good. Despite the hair.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
despite the hair.
It's kind of like glam rock. I think it's more in style right now.
Anne-Marie,
That's a
what
good
are
point.
you? You
I'm a
are
Leo.
early August. Yes, so you're a Leo like my dad. Here we go. Let's see what a Leo is.
My father too.
Gosh, now I got to do more
His birthday was last
scrolling.
week.
Oh my gosh, not scrolling.
Hey, life is tough, man. Okay, if you are a Leo, you are Q, Anne-Marie.
Oh,
The omnipotent
that's
alien
true.
Star Trek species known as Q has been the focus of many great episodes, and his over-the-top personality was on full display in all of them. Q's immense ability has led him to become arrogant and inflexible.
gosh.
You haven't touched your toes since second grade, and yet he is immature to the point that he must be the center of Picard's attention. Woo! Leos are an
Too real.
Leos are an unbelievably powerful sign, and their sense of humor and natural charisma helps them become leaders. However, when their superiority isn't recognized, they have a
People are so
tendency
mean
to
to
act
Leos.
out to gain the attention that they so dearly crave. Woo!
Who submitted this article?
Yeah, that one was biting. This one was chewing you up.
At least she's all powerful. We'll give you that, Anne-Marie.
Yeah.
And when she's not, she throws a fit, is what
Yeah.
we're hearing.
I wish I looked that good in red.
All right, let's see.
I have a pet peeve where lead was misspelled. It's spelled lead, L-E-A-D. I'm like, no, that's the element. That's the
Oh
element.
yeah.
Do we have any Leos or Capricorns in the live chat? Show yourselves. And while you're doing that,
It's up early June.
Fine Gemini.
yeah, I'll find Gemini. I'm a Gemini, you guys.
Oh,
And right now they're
Trill.
what I don't like is when people say, what's your sign? And I say Gemini, half the times, at least, sometimes, maybe 3/4 of the time, I say Gemini, they go, oh, and they like roll their eyes like knowingly. They go, oh, you're a Gemini. What's wrong
Knowingly.
with it? It's like Gemini is like the bad sign. I don't think so.
One of the Spice Girls was a Gemini.
Oh,
Like
well,
back
as
when
long as
AOL
one
was
of them-
invented, you could like for a day download like a wave file or whatever for each one, and it would tell you their zodiac sign, and that was it. But you waited on the phone for a whole day to download that clip.
Oh my gosh.
That was
God, the
dedication.
Dark Ages.
I know.
So
Oh,
Gemini
nice.
is Trill. I'm that like Jadzia Dax.
Yeah.
Though
Ooh.
all living beings represent a duality of some sort or another, the Trill represent it quite literally. Living through a series of host beings allows Trills to extend their lives for centuries. Wouldn't that not be a duality, but just a plurality? Anyway.
Right.
And their
I thought
world-wise
so too.
nature often sends them on quests of friendship above everything else. Friendship is at the heart of the Gemini's desire, and they are usually always on the lookout for another person to fill the space that is represented by the other half of their personality. Gemini can be inconsistent, and they can share that trait with the Trill, whose personality changes with each new host. Boring.
We'll be your friend, Ryan. We'll be your friends.
Leo was the most.
I'm gonna
Leo was like
say-
a drama movie.
Sorry. David Gregory's a Leo, so I feel like that can't be true because he's like the loveliest, nicest human ever. So that's
applies to you
redemption
too.
for Leos.
Applies to you as well.
Uh,
All right, so now that we have that out of the way, everybody at home, real quick, we're just going to tell you what all these are. We're not going to read the whole thing, and then Mohammed is going to give you a trivia question that should be really fun, and then we'll get into more news. I say more news as if we covered any news yet.
It is a fun little.
Aries are Klingons. Ain't that the truth? My brother's an Aries. That dude is a Klingon, man. Aries, Klingons. Taurus, Ferengi. Gemini,
She's definitely
Trill.
not a Ferengi.
Cancer are Bajorans.
Which is an interesting choice since Nana Visitor is a Cancer.
Let's see. And now we understand. Leo is a Q.
Huh?
Virgos are Romulans.
that's true.
Libras are Bolians. Lucky. That's the fun one. Scorpios are Cardassians. Nice.
Oh my gosh.
Sagittariuses are Tellarites. Capricorns are Vulcans. Aquarius, Kazon. Ta-da. Who's that guy? Pisces,
The age of
Betazoid.
Kazon.
And that's it. Pisces, Betazoid. That's the last one.
Didn't Deanna become a fish in that one episode in Genesis?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
it was
Yes,
amphibian.
she
but
did.
I like that.
basically.
Oh,
Came out of
okay.
the bathtub and was like, oh,
Yeah.
Fun.
Actually, we might talk about that episode shortly.
ooh.
Nice.
God, my blinds are blinding me. So what kind of trivia question do you have for us today, Dr.
let's
Muhammad
see.
Noor?
Pulling it
while I
out of
look
the,
up the
pulling
news
it
that
out of
everybody
the-
put
the whole
together.
thing. So you want to do just one, or do you want me to do multiple? I have there's 9 on here. The first 5 are multiple choice, and the last 4 are not.
Let's do 2.
2. Okay, so the first 2 are multiple choice, or I can do one of each, I guess. So these ones for today are all from the TNG episode Future Imperfect. So
Ooh.
fresh your memory of that. So question number 1. In Future Imperfect, what was the first name of Riker's son? Was it
Oh,
was
sorry,
it
I'm not supposed to.
was it A, Kyle? Was it B, William? Or was it C, Jean-Luc? So put your answer in the chat. In the meantime, I'll read you one of the not multiple choice ones that you can also be thinking about then too.
Mhm. So everybody in the live chat, give us your, oh, you know what we should do is actually make it a poll,
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Good choices. Good point.
but that's
Poll
too much
everything.
work.
Yeah, this is supposed to be your break.
Yeah. So just read
read
the
one of the
options
non-multiple
one more
choice.
time. No, let's
Oh.
read the options one more time
Okay.
for everybody, and then will
So again, the question was, what was the first name of Riker's son? A, Kyle, Kyle. B, William, like him, or C, Jean-Luc.
They're all such good answers.
They are good.
because it's all the same. Everybody's saying C.
No, I mean like the
Jean-Luc.
answer choices were intelligent too.
They
You
were
really
good.
have to know your track.
So I'll ask one of the non-multiple choice ones then to round it out, and then we can come back later if you guys want to do more of these. Again, same episode, in Future Imperfect. Who did Jean-Luc Riker? I guess that gives away the answer to the first one. Who did
What?
Jean-Luc Riker say had asked him about, quote, the Fornax disaster? So this would be somebody's name.
That was the thing right after the 3 Nax, right? I mean, there was
Right before the 5 Nax, yeah. Who did Jean-Luc Riker say had asked him about the Fornax disaster? That's a much harder question.
Mhm.
Okay. Also, like Jean-Luc Riker does not roll off the tongue.
No,
Like-
it does not.
Try JL.
JLR.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that.
Could be a video game.
So I got there's some answers popping up where people are saying Tomalak, Thaddeus, J pipes, stuff like that. So
J Pipes. Amazing David Gregory.
I'll give you a hint. It's not just like a regular main character name. It's not like Geordie or something like that.
My nephew's name is Thaddeus.
Oh, really?
Really?
Mhm.
That's pretty awesome.
That's a cool.
Yeah.
What's his last name?
Wagner.
Wag. Thaddeus Wagner. Yeah, that does roll pretty nicely.
Mhm. Thaddeus Orion. Orion is his middle name.
I don't see anybody's gotten the answer to this one
I
yet.
actually don't know. Oh, can you read the question one more time?
Sure. In Future Imperfect, who did Jean-Luc Riker say had asked him about the Fornax disaster? You can always go to checotea.net and pull up the script and just find it. There's the scripts for all TNG, TOS, DS9, basically everything through Enterprise. Those scripts are all on checotea.net.
Chakotea,
Yep.
not Chakote.
Not Chakotay. It's EYA.
Like, why is anybody asking? I can't remember like why somebody was asking a kid about it, unless it was William Riker asking him.
Wasn't William Riker. Should I go and give the answers? We've let it go for a while here. Nobody's got it. Still more time.
Yeah.
Things. Oh, A Badger got the answer.
Wow.
Whoa.
Well done.
Wait,
Ah.
Yeah, the answer is by his teacher, Mr. Greenberg.
what the heck?
Yeah, that was a tough one.
Interesting.
Yeah, these are hard questions.
Wowie zowie.
I don't
So-
remember ever hearing the last name Greenberg in Star Trek. Interesting.
Before we get into more of the other news items, there was one thing I wanted to cover right away, because this was news from just like yesterday or the day before. And I found it to be very interesting. It was about the Saturn Awards
Yes.
nominations.
Yeah.
Because Star Trek got 6 nominations. And I have not even looked at what they are yet, because I want to be as surprised as everybody else. And by everybody else, I mean everybody else that hasn't looked. Those of you that have looked, well, you'll know again.
Guilty.
Me too. I'm guilty too.
And you know, I also am keeping track of the Orville and For All Mankind ones, and Better Call Saul.
What was
Did
the
the
third
Orville
one?
get some?
Orville got one
Good.
that I saw in all my screenshots.
Yeah, Better Call Saul got a few.
Yeah, they did well because they're
Yeah.
on cable.
Everybody talking about
Um,
Better Call Saul right now.
Dude,
I don't
that
know what's
finale
going
was
on.
just
I gotta see it.
brilliant. So I also sent you on Deadline is the list of like every single nomination for every category.
Okay.
If you want to.
But this is just the Star Trek ones.
Yeah.
And this is from our pals over at, you guessed it,
Track movie.
Daily Star Trek News.
Oh,
And it reads, okay, well, they've got the deadline reporting, the whole list, and all this stuff, and this stuff. Okay. I guess I'll just
Well,
read it
that
all.
was
Okay.
Star Trek Lower Decks animated series.
Yeah. So here are the nominations, which include 6 in the Star Trek universe. Those are Star Trek Lower Decks animated series. The Lower Deckers are up against Arcane, Blade Runner,
Arcane's good.
Black Lotus, The Boys Presents Diabolical Invincible, Star Wars, The Bad Batch, and What If by Marvel. So what category is this? Just animated series,
Animated
I guess.
series.
Animated
Yeah.
series.
Yeah.
Straight
Okay.
up.
Then we've got Star Trek Discovery in a science fiction series streaming. And we've got Star Trek Strange New Worlds science fiction streaming as well. Oh, wow. So Strange New Worlds and Discovery are both nominated.
Mhm.
It says they're
and they-
competition.
Yeah.
With The Expanse, For All
Mm.
Mankind. Oh, dear. Lost in Space,
I
The
know.
Mandalorian, and the Trek adjacent, The Orville New Horizons. Interesting.
How awesome is that category?
That's so cool.
Yeah, there's so many good shows in that category.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a rare case where I've actually seen all those shows.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've seen at least one episode of every one of those shows.
Yeah.
What are the odds?
Yeah.
I watched the first, perhaps.
Some, yeah. Then we have Anson Mount, actor in a streaming series. Actors attempting to outmaneuver Captain Pike are Tom Hiddleston from Loki,
Mm.
Oscar Isaac from Moon Knight. I want to call him Moon Knight Shyamalan. Anthony Mackie from Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Ewan McGregor from Obi-Wan Kenobi, Adam Scott from Severance, and Anthony Starr from The Boys.
Which one is Anthony Starr?
Mm.
I don't remember.
Next, we have Ethan Peck, supporting actor in a streaming series. Vying for the award are some other logical choices. Boy, these guys are cute at Daily Star Trek News. They make little jokes with all these. Other logical choices, including Zach Cherry from Severance, Ethan Hawke from Moon Knight, Joel Kinnaman from For All Mankind, Elliot Page from Umbrella Academy, Joseph Quinn from Stranger Things, and John Turturro from Severance. Oh, wow. I didn't know.
People
he
are
was in that.
saying this
Wait.
Severance show is like jaw dropping. I haven't seen it though.
Well,
Like
John
it puts you to
Turturro
sleep?
is an amazing actor. No, it swept a lot of awards in the HCA awards this weekend. It did really well.
What does HCA stand for? Sorry.
Hollywood Critics Association Awards or something. I have an article about that too because Star Trek won the Legacy Award.
Mhm. Yeah, but they did really good, and so did Better Call Saul.
Oh boy.
in that awards show as well.
That's
Okay,
tough
and
competition.
lastly,
Whew.
Yeah.
Jess Bush. All right.
Good
Supporting actress in a streaming series. There might be some wounds to dress. Okay, now you guys are just okay. There might be some wounds to dress after the competition with Patricia Arquette from
Oh.
Severance.
She
She
is
was in
really
Severance.
good.
Yeah.
Wow, she's
Danielle
amazing.
Brooks from Peacemaker. Nell Tiger from Free Servant. Catherine Hahn from WandaVision.
Oh, she was great.
Moses Ingram from Obi-Wan Kenobi. And how do you pronounce that? Elise Shannon from Leverage Redemption. In addition, Star Trek veteran LeVar Burton has been nominated for guest performance in a streaming series for Redemption.
Oh, cool.
And the Saturn Awards will be October 25th, everybody.
On the Electric Now app that Inglorious Treksperts help with.
Oh, nice.
What's that?
It's like an app where you can watch their like when they're in the studio recording their podcast, you can like watch it through that app as well as some other shows on that network.
Right, that was called the Voyeur app before that, right? You can just kind of like watch people doing their thing. Huh?
Yes. That's the
Well,
one.
and can I just shout out Joseph Quinn from Stranger Things? What an amazing actor he is. Ah, so good. Yeah, he was my favorite of this last season of Stranger Things. He's great.
Very moving. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is
To the end.
Who is he in Stranger
What was
Things?
his name?
He's a new character.
Yeah.
Okay, then I don't know him.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
but he's great.
I like the hippie guy too.
The one with,
Galinda
The
says,
hippie guy too.
oh yeah.
who's the hippie guy?
I like
It's just in the most recent season. He's hilarious.
He's
Can't
great.
keep adding new people.
You have to watch it though.
Galinda says, wow, Totoro is great.
Yeah.
Prince Julius says, flippin' heck. A Badger says, Anthony Starr is amazing.
Cool.
Galinda says, Cy Ewan.
That's so
That's
cute.
awesome.
Oh my gosh. Hi, so many random fandoms.
Oh, cool.
I don't know.
Wow,
I want
nice.
Star Trek to win everything, but I would like to see For All Mankind get some good recognition because it's just a masterpiece.
Are you cheating on Star Trek?
No, because
With
it's all
For
Star
All
Trek.
Mankind?
It's Star Trek people, so actually they're Star Trek adjacent too.
You look very guilty right now.
I know. Don't make me say it. Yeah. Because it's Trek adjacent.
Okay. Hello, Katie Nicolau. That's meteorologist Katie in the live chat. So many
Wow.
random fandoms. If you could guarantee a win for anyone in that category, who would you choose? Boy, that is a good question.
It's a tough one.
I'm gonna pull this back up just so that we can answer that
Yeah.
question.
Yeah, that is a
I feel bad guaranteeing a win
toughie.
because the competition both in and out of Trek are really good. I'm like,
Oh, plus
I don't-
Discovery's Muhammad's show. So also I want Discovery to win.
Oh, you're sweet.
Okay. So everybody at home right now in the live chat or in the comments below, let us know if you could guarantee one win out of these, which one would you choose? Would it be Lower Decks for an animated series? Would it be Star Trek Discovery in a science fiction series, or Strange New Worlds in that same science fiction series streaming, or Anson Mount, actor in a streaming series, Ethan Peck, supporting actor in a streaming series, Jess Bush, supporting actress in a streaming series, or LeVar Burton for a guest performance in Redemption?
I like the last one since we didn't see any of the competition, so I can't feel bad about screwing over anybody else.
Good call.
I think for me, boy, this is tough.
guarantee one.
Or the Orville, or For All
Oh, yeah.
Mankind, and
Or the boys. I'm just kidding.
In a streaming series. Yeah, there's a lot of options there. That is tough. What do you think, Anne Marie? Which one would you, if you could guarantee one win, what would you choose?
Don't make me say it.
You're gonna say For All Mankind.
For All
aren't you?
Mankind. I'm sorry. Only because it's like For All Mankind, one shot to get the recognition. Like it needs to get some recognition. It's been a few years and it just hasn't gotten blasted enough.
It's gotten blasted a ton on this show.
By me.
You.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with my initial reaction. And this is for Jess Bush as
Yeah,
supporting
people said in the chat
actress,
too.
because she's very, very good. And I think she deserves some recognition. Like Anson Mount, Ethan Peck, Discovery, Strange New Worlds, Lower Decks. I feel like they've all gotten some accolades or another. Whereas I think Jess Bush, she's new. She's the one on there that I feel that hasn't gotten as much love as the others. And I was really impressed by her acting. So that's the one I would do.
Amazing point. Also, like I feel like Kelly Grayson, like Adrian Palicki should have showed up
Yeah,
here.
she's great.
Also,
She was
like
great
the
this year.
woman Chris Marshall, I think, who plays Danielle Poole on For All
Oh, yeah.
Mankind. Like
Yeah.
there's some really weird like exemptions. Just because the women aren't the captain of the ship doesn't mean they're like not the lead actresses.
What do you think, Melissa?
Who
Who's your
would-
choice?
Who would I guarantee a win for?
If you could pick one of those to win, no matter, like, maybe the others also win, maybe none of them win, but one that you could just make win
Oh, just make win.
in the Melissa universe of glory and happiness.
I would go with Strange New Worlds in a science fiction streaming series. Because yeah, I really enjoyed it a lot.
What about you, Dr. Muhammad Noor? This might be tough since you're kind of affiliated with some of these.
Yeah, I'm still going with the
Yeah.
original answer of like I'm just going with the guest appearance of LeVar Burton because it's safe. I didn't see anything else. With all it is, I feel bad. I mean, I might say Lower Decks, but I mean, Arcane was excellent. I mean, it really was excellent too. I hate having one win over the other, for each of these things. So
Yeah, I get that, but it's okay to have a personal preference as
It's true.
well. It doesn't mean you dislike any of the others any less. It just,
Well, when I
personal
said Jess
preferences.
Bush, that was my subtle way of throwing shade on all the others. So
well,
I just
I wasn't so much worried about throwing shade on the others. I just feel like
Yeah.
if they win, that means all the others don't win. You see what I
Yeah.
mean? That's where it's like, oh, that hurts.
Well, this is what everybody's saying in the live chat.
They're all
Let's
great
see.
choices. I mean, that's really what it comes down to.
Totally. I
They
agree with all
are,
these
they are.
nominations. Chuck A says Anson Mount. Jolynn Bowler says Discovery. Linda Anderegg says Strange New Worlds. Peter H says Strange New Worlds. Glenn Iverson says Ethan Peck. Puka Hare says, is it Puka Hare or Puka Hare? Says Lower Decks. Domestic says Anson Mount. One Trek fan says Strange New Worlds. So many random fandom, of course, says Lower Decks, but I think she's yelling it at her screen right now. Just Rosie 5 says Strange New Worlds. And Jess Bush. My Life from Tokyo says Orville. Mona says just Jess Bush because the article didn't give her much of a chance. Yeah, those guys. One Trek fan says then Anson Mount.
J.R. Poole has an interesting question. If you want to read it, you can ask it or not. But
Tell us, I don't see it.
it says at Virtual TrekCon, being actors, Ryan and Melissa, if you're in a series and your cast members get a nom, does that make you want to try different things to get a better performance out of yourself? Oh, you're muted.
Oh, sorry, I was getting a cough drop and I muted
Oh.
myself. So sorry.
No,
Thank you.
I want the ASMR of you unwrapping it.
It's a cool question.
Personally, as an actor, I think my first initial reaction would be jealousy. I think that's just human nature. The first thing that would happen is you get that little tiny pinprick of human nature of like, well, what did she do that I didn't do? Or I had more lines than he did, or, oh, well, that's just because they wrote something better for, there's that initial little thing that happens to all of us because we're humans. And then after that, you're obviously just very happy for the person. And I don't think I would change anything based on that person, but I do think that it would certainly inspire me to work harder, not in competition with that person, but just because it's inspired. Like for me, for example, this might sound ridiculous, but all I care about really in this world is sports. And I'm a Bay Area sports guy. And in 2010, when the San Francisco Giants won the World Series, I was like, watching them achieve a lifelong goal and celebrate and possibly the happiest time and moment of their life, it actually inspired me. Like, it sounds ridiculous, but it kind of made you think like, hey, I can do anything. Look at these people are right now living in this moment where they've achieved something that they've set their entire life and dreamt their entire life to do. And so I think that's how it would affect me, is that I would feel like it's even closer. Like I'm even closer to somebody that's achieved something great, which makes it feel more tenable. But I know that was a really long answer. What do you think, Melissa?
That was a good answer. And yes, I have to agree that, of course, that first twinge of jealousy would creep in there, because as Ryan said, we're all human beings wanting to be recognized for our work.
I only said that to trick you into admitting that you would be jealous.
Well, I have no problem admitting that because I am a human being. But at the same time, I think working with really talented people helps you achieve a level that is that helps push you to better yourself as a performer, and to change something in a performance just because somebody else did something is not being true to the character. So you have to be true to the story, and maybe seeking that truth in the story becomes more of a diligent pursuit. Knowing that that one of your castmates has been nominated for this great honor, but it shouldn't. There shouldn't be a competition in the way you approach a character, because you're all in it together. You're all there to tell a story collectively, and for the good of the story, you have to do the best you can within the constructs of a production.
DQ says,
oh, sorry.
DQ says, imagine being a Warriors fan in the 90s. Talk about hardship. DQ, same.
Oh my
I
God,
defy
are you gonna
anybody.
support group
I
together?
defy anybody to find a worse roster than the 99 2000 Warriors roster. Anyway, what were you saying, Mohammed?
At AwesomeCon, I was talking with somebody sort of backstage, and somebody else who I don't know, so actually I'm not giving anything away because I don't actually even know who this person was, came up and started telling the story about a mutual friend of theirs who, they were at some award show, and this person got called out. And he immediately, as soon as his name was called, he immediately walked up to the stage and started this long speech, but it was actually an ensemble award, and they just hadn't finished reading the other names.
Wasn't there one year, like the Oscars or the Emmys, like they read out the wrong show and they said one show won, and then they came up on stage and then they came out and they're like, so sorry, we read the wrong name. It was actually this one or something like.
Oh my God.
That was like last year, the year before. People in the live chat will know what I'm talking about. That happened just a year or two ago. I was like, is this a joke? And they had to like take the award away and walk off the stage.
that's so
Anyway,
good.
Anne-Marie, you had a
they
fun
clean
story
it
in the live
first?
chat.
They clean it first.
Wipe it off. What's up with the Better Call Saul?
Oh, my friend's in Better Call Saul, like the last few episodes of the series, and he was on. I was talking to him, and then he was also on like the Better Call Saul companion podcast, saying like he does a lot of scenes with Bob Odenkirk and Carol Burnett, and that like,
Wow.
I mean, kind of like Aaron's anecdote about working in scenes with Avery, like it just being with people like that level and who are that like recognized ups your game, sort of like when you're playing tennis with like a better partner.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it's the same if you're if you do dance. I went to school for musical theater, and if you have an amazing dance partner, they're just going to up your ability.
Elevate you,
Yeah. And the same with singing. If you have a great singing partner in a duet, they're just going to help you shine and you them. So, it's
Beautiful sentence.
Okay. Anyway, that was fun. And I think I said jealousy when I meant
show on IMDb.
When I meant envy. I think envy was a better word than jealousy. But anyway, whatever. Y'all get it. Anne-Marie, where should we go next?
Do you want to like just hop over really fast to the Hollywood Critics Association? Is it HCAA? Basically, like over the weekend, like Melissa said, like Better Call Saul did really, really well, of course. But they presented Star Trek: Strange New Worlds with the Special Legacy Award, and Henry Alonso Myers gave the speech, which was like very lovely and moving. And he was like, basically, Strange New Worlds came about by pitching like, what if we just make Star Trek? And so basically, they got honored for having like a show that's very much in keeping with like a franchise show, but not relying heavily on nostalgia. Like it's just good in its own right, which I thought is a cool, like that's clearly something like very tailored for Strange New Worlds. And I mean, it does deserve recognition.
So I don't want to read all.
Wait, this is Deadline's Saturn Awards nominations that we already went over, but it's like the entire list.
Yeah, that is a long.
Because I didn't realize Saturn Awards does
very
movies
interesting.
too. Yeah, it's really fascinating.
Ooh, what about science fiction television series? The Flash, The Man Who Fell to Earth, Supergirl, Superman, and Lois.
I meant to mention Resident Alien.
Nice. Yeah.
And Westworld.
For network cable. Yeah, I totally meant. And Resident Alien just started back up again for their
I saw that first episode on Friday. That was awesome.
Outlander.
There we go.
Outlander by our buddy Ronald D. Moore, right?
Yeah.
Does he still do it?
Who was talking about ghosts? That's another one.
I keep telling you guys to do that for Watch the First. So like there's a British one on HBO and then a US version on Paramount Plus, and it's just really endearing. And it's getting like some good acclaim. It's just like a half-hour sitcom.
Oh, fun.
I heard something on the news this morning on NPR about Walmart and Paramount Plus were trying to make some sort of deal similar to the Disney Hulu deal.
Yeah.
Does that mean they're gonna have memes of like the people of Paramount Plus now?
Are they gonna roll back the prices of Paramount Plus without commercials?
You guys have seen those people of Walmart memes, right?
Oh yeah.
Those are. What would the people of Paramount Plus people be? It would just be like Star Trek nerds, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. They're all behind a screen.
Okay, so this is what Anne-Marie mentioned here. This is from our good friends over at trekmovie.com. That is trekmovie.com.
Yeah.
Star Trek Strange New Worlds showrunner says series pitch was, what if we just did Star Trek? I'm like, I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory. When I saw that headline, it was one of those things like, I'm kind of a sucker too. Like we all make the mistake of sharing articles without actually reading them. But that was one of those things where I'm like, I don't even feel like I necessarily need to read this article. I'm just happy with the headline. I'm like, I get it. Sounds fun.
You're muted, Anne-Marie.
It's also sort of like, to be fair, they're all Star Trek. So I don't necessarily love the wording, but it's a nice sentiment. And now I
Yeah.
remember that it's Hollywood Critics Association Awards. That's the order
That's
of the
why
A's.
I was wondering, and I guess I could just read the
No.
article, but did
Yeah.
they mean like, what if we just do like
They meant
the original
serial.
series of Star Trek? You know, like, is
Or-
that what they meant?
Sorry, they meant
by Star Trek?
episodic. I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Format wise. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Hmm.
And the statue looked cool.
Okay, so we have, you guys, we have way too much news to cover, especially when we're all just going off half-cocked talking about Better Call Saul
Sorry, I can't help it.
and acting and whatever else we were
Wow.
talking about, and Stranger Things. So we'll just cover as much as we
All
can.
things are connected, so yeah.
Mhm. Mhm. But Jess Bush is the answer, everybody. Let's make that one happen.
LeVar.
Both.
It's true. They don't,
Um,
they don't exclude each other. Good point.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to take a dive
Sure.
with me into the Twitterverse? Is it
Yes.
time? It should be like at 5:44 p.m., 8:44 Eastern, every Tuesday. We take a
love it.
dive into the Twitterverse, and we swim and we navigate through the vitriol, and
my
we
God.
Glug, glug.
swim past the memes that we don't understand, and we elbow
Block
drop the
everybody.
mentions.
They
Yeah.
block everybody who calls Discovery with the acronym STD, like block.
When is that gonna
Oh.
die?
So I'll preface it by saying like this week's Twitter submissions that I found are very rapid fire. And so they don't take long to get through. A lot of like merchandise announcements, and we're not being sponsored by them.
Merchandising.
Yeah.
That's
As-
History of the
as
World
weekly
Part 1.
Trek, Alexander Perry always says there's going to be enough merchandise to fill the Bajorian wormhole. Like it's such a cute catchphrase on his podcast. Weekly
Who's
Trek.
that?
Weekly Trek, Alex Perry from Trek Course.
Oh,
You already
cool.
guessed
I
on
like
it once.
He's
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's great.
I love that catchphrase.
Okay, so speaking of merchandise, here's the first one that we see when we navigate. Helm, set a course for the Twitterverse. But Captain, it's dangerous over there.
Well,
We don't care.
but we're
going.
swimming,
We're boldly
Right?
going.
diving. Oh, I guess
Yeah.
submarines
Warp
can
10.
dive.
So here's,
Badgie.
Oh, I saw that one. I actually looked up the prices for those.
are they reasonable?
Yes,
bad.
I think
It
it's like
wasn't bad.
$18.99 or something.
But they're
and
all
the evil one might be $26.99.
they're all pre-order though. Like you can't get them right now.
Oh no,
Oh.
Happy's available.
Oh, Happy's available? Okay, I just looked at
People are getting theirs. Already.
So-
I saw some people post it with the Happy on their bed.
Ah. Oh, you're right. It actually says
So
that on there. Yeah, Happy.
Everybody listening in,
That's not bad.
Trekcore.com tweets out Evil and Happy 13-inch bendable Badgie plushes from Kid Robot. So they should do this like the Smurfs or like the dwarves and have like Evil and Happy and Sneezy and Dopey Badgie and all those different kinds of badges, right?
Okay, so the other cool thing is this company, when you go to their website, they actually are coming out with quite a few. I think there's like a Picard, maybe he's the cutest. There's a 7 of 9 coming out, which I have to say it's not, I don't think it's as good of a one, but then there's one that I sent you. I'm not
Wait,
sure when we'll
there's
get
a
to.
7 of 9
It's a little
plushie
ugly.
doll.
Well,
Let's-
sponsored.
Can we see?
If you go to the link
I don't
on that,
Mm.
yeah, you can, but they also have one that's a
Seems
Gorn,
weird.
and the Gorn looks amazing.
Oh, the Gorn, I bet looks great.
So Gorn is in one of the links I sent you. I just don't remember what the order is because somebody posted it later on.
Wait. You sent me, but I thought we were just navigating through the Twitterverse.
Yeah, it's a Twitter. It's a
boldly.
Twitter link. I think. I found.
Oh,
I
the
thought
link.
we were just going at random.
Oh yeah, you're right.
through
Yeah.
the Twitterverse,
She
and
sent you
here's
through
the plushy
subspace.
Gorn.
Oh my gosh, he's so cute.
Oh, look at
Or is it a
that.
TJ plushie?
Oh,
It's TJ.
very TOS Gorn. I like him.
Mhm.
Doesn't look as quite as intimidating as the Enterprise or Strange New Worlds ones.
He's so cute.
Yeah. Oh.
And I think they're like, I think it's at 13 inches, so they're a little bit bigger than the Hallmark itty bitties.
Well, yeah, that's good size.
Look at his little pleather outfit.
That's
So
a
cute.
fun friendship bracelet.
Oh yeah. Comes with the Gorn. Gorn gets one too.
Yeah. Well, that's a fun one.
That's
Mhm.
cool.
Okay, everybody in the live chat right now, do you want a Gorn plushie or would you pass on that? Would you, if you saw that at Target, would you say, I don't even need to look at the price tag, I'm getting one or all of these in the store? Or would you be like, that's cute, but I'm moving on?
Okay, I live in a studio, but I would get it as a gift for other people who have more
Exactly.
room.
Especially somebody you're gonna
Yeah.
visit so you get to see it often.
And they're so reasonably priced compared to like other Star Trek merchandise, which is nice.
Ooh, look
Okay.
at all these yeses. Yes,
And hi,
yes, yes.
hi, Dracorax.
I like Scott
Oh.
Jensen. I'll take a Gorn village.
You can pull it. Says
So-
Prince Julius.
There's a lot of yeses. Prince Julius
Mhm.
says yes. Linda Anderegg says yes. A Badger, yes. DeQ says yes. Scott Jensen says I'll take a Gorn village. They said it'll take a Gorn village. Mona says, I'd buy it. Chuck says yes. Galenda says yes. That's a lot of yeses.
The Cork says pass. I need Murph and Ephraim.
Yeah, exactly, Marina.
Okay.
So this is, I feel like we need to whip up fervor for all plushies to really encourage them to get to those too.
We have one pass, and you know who is saying it. It's Pat B. Oh, Pat B always says
Pat
pass.
B.
Benatar?
Oh yeah, maybe.
We are young. We are young. Heartache to heartache. I love Pat Benatar.
She's awesome. I mean, but-
What else is in the Twitterverse?
There's
Isn't
some
she the
other
one that did
announcements.
Hit Me With Your Best Shot too?
Yes.
yeah,
That was
yes,
like
Yes,
the wrestling intro for WWF, like way back
Yeah.
in the day.
it
Oh,
was.
oh, that's nice. I like it.
Yeah.
So when I hear that song, I think of like the Ultimate Warrior doing a flying elbow drop. You
Oh
know?
my gosh, not the flying
Coco
elbow
Beware.
drop.
He didn't really do it that much. He mostly did a splash. It was more like Coco Beware would do
what's the
fly, and
splash?
Jimmy Superfly Snuka. It's just like basically like if the person's lying down and I'm not going to demonstrate, and then the other person
collapse.
jumps and lands on them. Splash.
One other thing, it's not on Twitter, but I mean, links to it on Twitter. But our friends, the Sci-Fi Sisters, dropped a very interesting podcast this time. I won't give away the spoiler. I'll just say what the theme is.
Give us a
They-
hint.
Yeah, so basically, people are obviously very excited about Strange New Worlds, and if you look at its IMDb score, it's very, very, very hot. So they said, what if we were to take the first season of every other Star Trek episode and pick the 10 highest rated on IMDb episodes from that first season? How would they rank relative to each other and relative to Strange
Ooh.
New Worlds? It was
Hang on.
very interesting.
So we're talking about like Next Generation,
Wow.
let's say, has 25 episodes in
Yeah.
the first season, and you get the
Okay.
10 highest ranked
Correct.
and stack it up against, say, like Strange New Worlds.
Correct. And that's true for all of them, including the 70s animated series. They did that. Prodigy, of course, they just used all of them. Picard, they just used all of them because those are all 10 episode ones.
That's very fun. I like
yeah,
that
it
one.
was
That
very
is
interesting.
fun.
Theoreticals.
I'll just say the results were not what you might predict a priori. I'll just leave it at that.
Well, my prediction is that Next Generation would still not stack up against Strange New Worlds, even close. First season,
Yeah.
It's so bad it's good.
that's true.
But it's IMDb now. It's not personal opinion. It's just IMDb score.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
we always say
Right.
with
I
some
don't
I don't know if
rules.
all my 10s can't count.
Oh, I
in.
see.
Yeah, it's all subjective anyway,
Yeah. But it's
based on
interesting because
personal preference.
yeah, so what's interesting is like there's some shows that get a lot of hate, but the shows that get a lot of hate don't necessarily go and have people go and rate individual episodes.
Right.
So that
True.
changes some of the dynamics to it from what you
This
might
is
expect.
Very
I won't give
true.
it. I won't give any spoilers in terms
Oh,
of who
Right.
writes
Or
it.
like Discovery, for
I
example,
want some
even they had
spoilers.
16
you
episodes in their
after the show.
first season. So you could still narrow that one down to 10, even though they're
Yeah,
a
a
newer
little bit.
show, they had 16 in their first season. That's
Mm.
fun. Very
Yeah,
interesting.
it's,
I love
it's
that.
a very,
concept.
it's a
That
very
is-
interesting one. Yeah,
I love their innovativeness.
totally.
They always come up with some.
It's a thinking person's podcast.
I love it
Yeah,
every
well,
time. Oh,
it's
and
very
they have so much
creative.
fun. They have so much fun. They're always like laughing and enjoying. It's like, oh my gosh, it's just joy in a podcast.
Well, and they're wonderful ladies. So
Totally.
Anne Marie, do you have anything to add to this?
No, I'm a day one high Patreon owner, so I get a pin soon. Super
You got a shout out. You got a shout out at the end of the episode with all the
Yeah,
other patrons.
love them.
Nice.
Anyway, I'm like,
That's awesome.
finally a pin I'm excited about. Yeah.
So you helped
love
make that
them.
episode happen.
Yeah.
No, they're just amazing. I love them so much. I can't wait to see them in Vegas.
All right. So everybody in the live chat, put in your Sci-Fi Sisters love right now. And if
check
you don't
them out
love
on
them,
Patreon.
then start to. Here we go. Here's the next Twitterverse item as we navigate.
Wait, let me just say, Sci-Fi Sisters, if you're listening, and I know you are. Okay, that's what I always say in their podcast when they shout people out. Okay.
I love it. I love how they always say that. We know
Love
you
it.
are.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's great.
They had a great interview
All
with
right.
Lisa in one podcast too.
Oh my
Mhm.
gosh, sitting down with them is a blast. It is because it's like, shooting the shite with friends. Yeah.
Speaking of friends, Rob Perlman is exhausted. I don't know who that is, but that's
He's
the
great.
He's the
name.
writer of multiple Star Trek books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really great.
Or the Star Trek Book of Friends was one of them. He's got a
Mhm.
bunch of them. He's great. He
Yeah.
was
Oh,
at Mission
cute.
Chicago. He's been on the
Yeah.
cruise each last couple of times. Great guy.
He says,
This
well,
is
the
so
tribble's out of
exciting.
the bag. I'm thrilled to finally announce that I've boarded the bridge of the Protostar and written a Star Trek Prodigy middle grade novel. Look for it in
That's
January from Simon and Schuster. Cover reveal to come. Wow, very cool. And what he's doing is quote tweeting a Trek Central tweet about this new book. Wow, so that's cool. So they've got novels coming.
Yeah,
It's
and
so cool.
I kind of wish that's coming out, and then also I think their first video game is coming out, and then I kind of wish they would also have like a little bit younger of a book, like that you could read with kids who like
Mhm.
don't know how to read yet, but like at least we're getting something.
Yeah. Or even a graphic novel would be pretty awesome with Prodigy.
Not
Mhm.
too graphic.
Oh, but also, you know that short track, like what's the one like a girl in the star, like the one with young
Yeah.
Michael. That's
The
actually
girl who made the
that-
stars or something.
yes. So
Yeah.
that's being turned into a book for kids, and that comes out really
Cute.
soon. Super cute.
Wow.
It is cute.
Totally getting that for my baby niece.
Good knowledge.
Good
Aw.
job, Star Trek. Star Trek's getting it now. They're finally going, what if we
Yes.
just do a bunch of everything? Make
Yeah.
everything.
Well
I
said.
just want stuff for
Well
young
said.
kids to indoctrinate them in a good way.
Yes.
Oh, well, that's great news. And Prodigy is so ripe for video games. I mean, that is
Yeah.
perfect.
Totally.
Okay. Last
Imagine
stop.
like some hyper violent ones, like they're shooting at the diviner and stuff. That would be yeah, you don't want the teen versions of them. They'll get pretty bad.
The diviner, what is his name? I can't remember his name, but the actor that
actor.
plays the
Uh,
diviner is
John
gonna
Noble,
Yeah.
Noble, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna be in Vegas.
Vegas.
And
Gary.
come on, you guys. We all know his real name. Say it with me. Denethor. Hey, you didn't say it with me.
But I saw-
Denethor from Lord of the Rings when he's fighting that.
Oh my
the,
god,
the
I'm gonna
cherry
see
tomatoes.
Ryan like staring from
Oh,
afar,
yeah.
just like
Yeah.
mesmerized.
He and Ron Perlman. I'm gonna be too scared to even come within 30 feet of them. If I come within 30 feet, I'll just throw up or something and shiver in a corner.
I think I might join you on the Ron Perlman. I mean, I have been a fan of his since Beauty and the Beast back in the day.
Wow.
That's adorable. Oh,
I used to watch that as a kid, and I was so in love with Vincent because he was so kind.
Like you.
Okay.
No.
This one is pretty funny. Anne Marie, would you like to? This is our last stop in the Twitterverse, everybody. So
I would
if
also say it's been a pretty like non-toxic week on Twitter, which is also great. More of
there's
those.
no such thing.
Yeah.
So everybody, this is the last stop on the Twitterverse. So, everybody off. Here it comes. Here it comes. Anne-Marie, you're going to have to explain this one because I think I know what it means. And it did make me giggle a little bit, but everything makes me
remember
giggle.
a late night giggle at this. Oh, yes. This cracked me up. Okay, so sometimes if you follow Memory Alpha on Twitter, they'll tell you when a new article comes out.
Footsies.
And sometimes it's the most random thing in the world. They posted this in the middle of the night, or my alarm went off in the middle of the night for it. And I'm like, oh, what's
Yeah, it was at midnight.
And yeah, so you click on it, and it's basically telling you that in Bada Bing, Bada Bang, Nana offered to play footsies with that like holodeck gangster. And they added that into Memory Alpha.
Oh my gosh.
But hang on a second, you guys.
Can we page now?
Can we really look at what's going on here? So Memory Alpha has the Twitter account. And apparently when they create a new page or a new article, they tweet it out. And so at midnight last night, they tweeted out new article, footsies. And then
this is main viewer material.
You're so right. And so that's all it says. New article, footsies.
Of course,
of course people are going to click on this. So you click on it, and there is a page on footsies. And it says, it reads because we're like, well, what's footsies? I'm looking to Memory Alpha to tell me, to explain so I can understand what's footsies. Everybody's going to go to Memory Alpha for this. Well, it reads, footsies was a flirtatious game in which two people touched their feet together under a table.
I love the feet.
In 20 yeah. Ew, yeah, we got to
it's going to be like Deanna who's getting the foot rub in that weird art episode where they like close it on her feet for 10 minutes in TNG.
They have hyperlinks for game, feet, and table. Why do you need
it's because of schisms where they're in that that holodeck room trying to find the right table that everybody got surgically altered on.
But who's going to Memory Alpha to know what table means?
Sometimes I do. I actually have before to see what those tables look like.
Oh.
Yeah, but you're a Dahar master. So it continues. In 2375, Kira Nerys offered to play footsies with Frankie Eyes while they had a drink together. Drink is hyperlinked as well. Rather than playing craps. I'm not clicking on that one. Frankie agreed.
He agreed. I love that they told us the end result.
Oh,
yeah, don't leave us hanging.
Honestly, I'm not going to go to Memory Alpha to find out what footsies are, but I found out what that is when I was younger watching Flashdance.
Oh.
Because she plays footsies under the table with the dude.
Oh my God.
Oh. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We are going to have one poll here. It's the Memory Alpha poll. It's the Memory Alpha poll. And on the footsies article, there are a few hyperlinks. And the poll is, which hyperlink should we open?
No question.
Oh
Feet, table, game, or drink.
I also want to see Neelix's feet.
I was just going to say that, for feet in Star Trek, you're thinking of Neelix's feet when he's dancing, when he's doing that weird little dance. But you don't know until you pick it.
Voyager documentary should have had Neelix feet flippers.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Do you remember in Undiscovered Country, the thing with the feet? Do you remember that scene? Where Chekhov thought he identified who the person was. He's like, and if the shoe fits, and then they pointed his feet, and he has these crazy feet that would never fit in those boots.
That's so cute. I love it. It's the best Star Trek movie. Oh,
it is an awesome Star Trek movie. I love it. Undiscovered Country for the win.
Oh my god.
Okay, boy, this
feed
poll
and drink
is
are neck and neck.
It's flip-flopping.
Okay, so we got to move on to the next thing to really let this thing get ironed out because it is too close to call right
Drink
now.
is going to be 80 pages long.
There's
a lot of
it's
drinks.
Every episode of.
Who do you think is going to be in the top picture? Is it going to be Quark? Is it going to be Guinan?
Oh,
Is it going to be Damar?
oh, with his canar.
I think it would be
Janeway?
True.
Picard.
Oh,
Tea Earl Grey hot.
Aunt
Mhm.
Adele
well,
with her tea for Picard.
yeah, or even Benjamin with his rock
Oh,
to
yeah.
Gino.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
That's the fun
Or
thing, too.
Scotty. I mean, it could be anybody.
Yeah,
That must be like the longest entry ever.
or the original doctor with his martinis. Was it
Oh, yeah.
martinis?
Yeah, that was so weird.
Rania. Remember that?
Yeah.
From the
Rania, yeah.
initial 6 episodes?
Oh, I heard the Akutas have a dog named Tranya. Or
Really?
They did. Isn't that so
Aw.
cute?
Okay.
Still neck and neck, 31-31.
I know. We gotta give him a little bit more time. Okay, so we are leaving the Twitterverse, but we're leaving what are those? What are they? A Class A probe. We've got a Class A probe right
Yeah.
now,
That's great.
hanging out on the Footsies article, and we'll go back
left
to
a
it in just a
buoy.
second. Yeah.
Buoy, subspace buoy.
Well, as Captain Archer once said in a previous life, oh buoy.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I still love that show.
You see, Anne Marie, that was a Quantum Leap reference.
I mean, I watched Quantum Leap watch the first.
Mm-hmm. Melissa, you got a bunch of articles here. What do you want to hit next?
Oh, I do. Oh, I can't remember. Oh wait, yeah, yes, the Zachary Quinto.
Oh, thank goodness,
Thing.
because that was the most interesting to me, but I wasn't sure if you had read the whole thing. Now, this is on screenrant.com. Our good friend, John Orchiola, friend of the show, he comes on sometimes. He writes this article entitled Star Trek's Zachary Quinto discovers an amazing Spock link in his ancestry. Melissa, can you please tell us the cliff notes on this?
Yeah, so basically, Zachary Quinto's great grandfather was a Union man back in 1899, and he wrote an article for this newspaper. And at the end of one of the quote in his article said, "May it live long and prosper." And this was in 1889, over 100 years before Zachary Quinto gets cast as Spock, whose catchphrase, is "live long and prosper." And his great grandfather got the quote from a play, Rip Van Winkle, which he really loved. So it's how amazing and coincidental and demonstrative of how we're all connected, even to the past, that this phrase would live on through the centuries. I thought it was fascinating.
Hang on a second.
Do they show the original article? I think had shown like the actual newspaper clip. Is that like at the bottom of this one?
Yeah, if you scroll down, there's a
wow. Look,
is that cute?
Oh yeah, there's.
So this is
I
1899.
expect there to be an emoji next to it, but obviously there are no emojis yet.
It reads, in 1899, McArdle wrote a letter to the editor of the Amalgamated Journal where he used a phrase that is startlingly identical to Spock's most famous quote, "May it live long and prosper." Of course, "live long and prosper" was made famous by Spock, and Star Trek has the preferred farewell said by the Vulcans. It's an amazing coincidence that Zachary Quinto's great grandfather would use it in a phrase, in print no less, that is synonymous with the iconic character Quinto would later portray in blockbuster films. Here it is in print for your proof.
Yeah.
Close it.
That's
Look
so
at that.
cool.
It says,
Yeah.
"May it live long and prosper." What? Is this
I
real life?
know. Yeah, and his reaction when watching the video is priceless. He's like, "What? No way." I mean, I would be floored if I saw something like that that's so connected to me in my life now. It's so weird, Huh.
And he'll also be at Star Trek
Yes.
Las Vegas too.
Yeah.
His first one in like a long time.
Now, Mohammed, you being quite the scientist, can you please explain to us how something like this is possible? Is this time travel? Is this reverse evolution?
Oh my
Some kind
gosh,
of weird
is this the
reverse
Better Call
evolution?
Saul finale about time travel?
Yeah, this sounds like a connection to another thing
Oh,
that
no.
came up on the Twitterverse earlier in terms of the Janeway monument. Did you guys see this?
Yes, yeah, we were
the-
just talking
Yes.
about that with Larry.
Yeah.
The temporal people are potentially upset at so Kate Mulgrew is going to the Janeway monument sometime I think
In October.
or- yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, in October. But yeah, I love that she even tweeted about like, this won't create any temporal paradoxes or something along those lines.
Yeah,
Because there was an op-ed or an editorial. Yeah, there was an
Yeah.
editorial which said something about like, Catherine Janeway is known for creating all these temporal paradoxes. Is this dangerous having her come to the site of her own future birth? And she responded to that article.
That's no big.
Yeah.
We got a paradox right here.
I think
I
she
like
said
that.
like the Time Collective or something will be on hand to make sure there
There you go.
are no
Yeah.
issues. Yeah, Larry Nemechek was just talking about that at Trek
Was
Land
he?
Tuesdays
Oh.
today.
Oh my goodness. Fill us in on Larry Nemechek and his Trekland
Okay, well, I'll tell
Tuesday,
you one other big thing.
because we love Larry.
We saw first of all,
So
tons of
much
people in
going
the
on, you
live
guys.
chat were at that too. And it's so fun on Tuesdays when I see everybody at both places. But Larry did happen to mention that, so this weekend he's doing a Trekland tour or a Geek Nation tours around LA for like visiting Gene Roddenberry sites. And on Sunday, Rod Roddenberry will even be there, like going around all these places he lived and worked, and like where like monumental things happened for Star Trek in his career. And there are 2 spots left, and if you sign up tonight, it's $50 off. Or if you
Wow.
sign up before
Nice.
Thursday night, it's $50 off. And if you're staying in LA, I think there's like a discount at the Roosevelt Hotel. So make sure to check out Geek Nation Tours or LarryNemechek.com or Larry Nemechek Trekland on Facebook for information. Sounds
That's-
amazing. I wish I could go.
Yeah, that he was talking about them during the away missions for the Voyager doc, and they sound incredible.
Oh, and also, like, since the cruise is going to leave from LA next year, he's getting, it's going to be competitive to get spots on that one, because he said people are already asking him. It's going to be, I think, 2 days going around LA, like in the Paramount lot and everything, with Larry telling you all this history. And it's at different times when he's done these over the years. He used to take everybody to like Ciroc's restaurant for one of the stops
Yeah.
at night for dinner. It's just, they're so well thought out and cute, and it just sounds amazing. So make sure to check
Yeah.
out
Nothing
Larry's
frozen.
social media.
Oh, you guys got that. That was a thought out joke. You guys, the poll is still tied. Every time somebody's like taking a lead and I want to close it out, but
Yeah.
actually drink. Oh, and they're tied again still. Okay.
I think we just have to do both. I mean, there's no choice here. We just have to do
Yeah,
both.
let's do both.
There must be a winner. Oh, so that was Trekland Tuesday. Anne Marie, our good buddy Larry Nemechek, who comes on the show sometimes, and we will see him at Star Trek Las
I'll be
Vegas.
buying him a rum
Of
and Diet
course.
Coke. Yes.
Aw,
Larry's drink. I know his drink order, yes.
that's awesome.
Sounds like high school.
Mm.
What's October 23rd? Drecker Rex said
That's
October
what my
23rd.
the
ass
Janeway,
Oh, yeah.
the Captain Janeway monument, having Kate Mulgrew come to visit it.
Okay. Okay, cool.
That's
So, okay, I guess we'll do both,
It's in Bloomington,
Yeah.
Indiana, by the way. if
which
anybody
is
wants to
cool
know where that
because feed is the funny and ridiculous one, but drink,
It
we've got to
is.
find out what that top image is. Okay,
Right.
so first things first.
I
We're gonna do
voted for
drink.
feet because it's ridiculous, and I
That's what I
hate
voted for
feet.
too.
Okay,
weird.
we're gonna do drink first. My prediction is Quark in the first picture.
I see Jean-Luc.
Hmm.
Who's picking?
Like,
Okay, I'm clicking.
Watching the guy
Okay.
named Zorba wrong.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna be
Uh,
wrong no
I can't stand
matter
this
who
Memory
I
Alpha
pick,
loves
so.
to tease us here. So I clicked on drink, the hyperlink of drink from Footsies on Memory Alpha. And the top picture is Trip Tucker. And it says Trip Tucker enjoys a meal. And he has a fork and food. They totally trolled us.
Okay, here's the other weird thing about this. When I clicked on Memory Alpha yesterday, it showed me actual pictures of like Nana and the guy at Bada Bing Bada Bang. So I'm like, why is my formatting on my phone including more pictures than yours is?
So Memory Alpha is, remember, it's like Wikipedia, right? So people are updating it constantly. People are changing
Right.
and taking things off, saying, no,
Ferengi?
this is not necessary. And they'll pull
Eating
stuff
a
out.
crab? What does that have to do with drink?
Well, it's the title is
This
food
is-
and beverages at the top, I think, right?
Oh,
You know
God.
what it
Yeah,
said at the
we've
very
been ripped off. Okay,
Yeah.
we're going for feet, you know.
Feet. Why should be like hands and feet?
We're not foodies, we're
Same. Also, it'll
feeties.
say see footsie.
See.
Okay, so we predict Neelix's feet on this one, right? I mean, it could be
Yeah.
I'll say Star Trek
Kira's feet
6,
when
Undiscovered
Miles was
Country.
rubbing her legs.
I'll say the undiscovered country picture.
Okay.
Goran, maybe? I don't know.
Foreign feet.
Okay, it looks like there's no picture. These guys are just
Are you
teases.
kidding? Oh,
Oh.
wah, wah, wah.
Okay, but look at how many items they have on feet.
I told you.
This
Oh my
is
God.
crazy.
Hey, go back. So I just watched that Gary Mitchell one where they say his height. So are they saying we know his height but not his foot size? Oh, it's comparative lengths of measure. Amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my.
Oh, foot long hot
goodness.
dogs are mentioned.
Oh, I love that. Quark knows how to make them.
Okay. Well, that was
Mark
a little
does know how to make
anticlimactic.
them.
Oh my gosh, I love
They
Memory
both
Alpha.
were.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Oh, so oopsie. So check this out. Penny Johnson Gerald wants more Deep Space Nine
Woo!
and
Don't we all?
Orville. This is a heavy.com article written by Ian Spelling. Hey, Ian
Oh,
Spelling.
yay.
He's cool.
He is cool.
Love him.
Wow, that was a lot of cheering. Good
He's
stuff.
awesome.
Who we're gonna see in Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't wait. Let's get him as a guest on our show sometime.
Yes.
Okie doke.
We're gonna recruit him while we're in Vegas.
So it reads, Penny Johnson Gerald has been in the news, including here on Heavy, discussing what she has described as the third and hopefully not final season of the Orville. The actress co-stars on the show as Dr. Claire Finn, who in the season finale married Isaac, Mark Jackson, in
My
the titular
friend.
ship's robot-like Kalon character. Gerald was already popular with science fiction fans as a result of her work on Star Trek. I guess I shouldn't have read that first paragraph. That was pretty much the stuff that everybody already knows. But basically, she says she wants more Deep Space Nine and more Orville.
Mhm.
Let's ask everybody in the live chat. If you could pick one
Oh no.
more season of the Orville or one more season of Deep Space Nine, or an Orville movie or a Deep Space Nine movie, what would it be? What do you say, Mohammed? Let's get this ball rolling. Maybe I'll
Already
do a
put it in chat.
poll.
I think we should
It's
put
already
it
chat.
in the a poll.
Well, I have conditions. Ira Stephen Bear, will he be like writing the season?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Exactly.
otherwise, I'd say
It is a
Orville.
return. It is a return of all the cast and crew and everybody. It's just
Oh, okay.
seasons 8 or season 4.
If everybody's returning, then I'd say Deep Space Nine. Otherwise, I would say Orville, but I would like to see Sirach featured as some sort of like older half brother or older full brother to Claire Finn's two sons.
Hmm.
And more Marina Sirtis as the teacher.
I like that. I'll go
Although,
with oh, go ahead, please.
oh yeah, no, that would, could there be a crossover?
Exactly.
Between
That
Orville
would
and Deep
be
Space Nine.
awesome. Orville and Deep Space Nine
You see Orville
crossover.
knock
Exactly.
on one of the
Brilliant.
that'd be amazing.
Brilliant. Yeah.
And it's a movie that's the first episode of the series.
Mm.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
which reminds me, Paramount Plus has Emissary listed as the Emissary on Deep
Oh.
Space Nine, and there's lots of chatter on Twitter because the Emissary is an episode of TNG. Deep Space Nine is just
Oh.
Emissary.
Mm.
So I would pick, if we had to pick one of the four, like from the poll, I'd pick the Deep Space Nine movie. I'd worry a lot about the series. That's just going to leave me wanting still more. Whereas I feel like a movie, it's like, okay, I can take a movie and I take it as a nugget and I don't feel like I want more of this necessarily. So I'm going to go with that. But I do the Deep Space Nine movie. Also just gives more opportunity for like a longer story, but it's not necessarily like a 10-hour long story.
Right.
So we'd have to ask Ira then and say, Ira, if they were going to do a Deep Space Nine movie, would you do it? Or would you say, sorry, I only do series?
Oh. I would hope
then give him
that
the
he would-
series.
Yeah, then give him the series. One or the other. Because, I mean, episodes nowadays are the length of movies. So
It's true.
I'm leaning towards season 8. Although Orville's only had 3 seasons, but Deep Space Nine has my heart. So always and forever.
So we've got the poll in the live chat, everybody. Which would you rather have? The options are an Orville movie, Orville season 4, Deep Space Nine season 8, or Deep Space Nine movie. Make your selections now because Disney/Hulu is watching this right now, and so is Paramount/CBS. So the winner is probably going to happen. So make sure you choose wisely.
True.
But they should just make both happen anyway.
There you go. I like
More
that.
Both
Orville.
4 choices.
More this is true. More Orville and more Deep Space Nine.
Exactly.
Yeah. Safe answer.
Mhm.
It's again one of those cases of like every answer here is great.
The only answer.
Although I feel like Muhammad's kind of a closet, I don't care about the Orville kind of guy.
No, I like Orville. I like Deep Space Nine more. But I still
Yeah.
like Orville a lot. I enjoy it.
Yeah. It's hard not to like Deep Space Nine more. So
It was just such a magical mixture of goodness.
Just the
Bad
story,
news
the
is-
quality of storytelling. Holy moly. Whew.
bad
Mhm.
news is only half the people in the live chat actually want the Deep Space Nine movie to happen more
It's
than
only because I
everything else.
just don't
Almost the other
care
half
about
want-
movies that
oh,
much.
sorry.
But all the other half is everything else. So
I
that's
know.
definitely winning.
Well, nobody voted Orville movie. And only like 13% voted Orville season 4. So there's a lot more love for Deep Space Nine there in general.
Yeah. So Deep Space Nine movies at 50%, Deep Space Nine season 8's at 37%, Orville season 4 is at 13%. And the Orville movie has yet to
But
receive
that's
a
one
vote.
episode, so of course you would choose
It's
the
true.
season.
That's a good point,
Right.
Embry, because those
Right.
episodes were long enough to be movies. That's a
like-
very good point.
I just don't even like movies anymore. I want whole seasons of like tons of
Me
hours.
too. I would do Deep Space Nine
You
season
get more
8.
character moments. Like
That's what
which
I
is my
voted.
favorite thing.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately,
All right.
you can't vote 4 times. Sorry, Troy.
Oh, we're at 9:20. We're already at 9:20.
I wish.
I know. We're at
Time
9:20.
flew.
I was trying to see what can we sneak in there, you guys, real quick. There's a lot of okay. Let's just read the title of every article of every news item. So we'll be like spam.
Oh, that's
Like
fun.
Twitter.
Yeah, we'll be like Twitter. Okay.
Can we jiggle like spam? Because doesn't
Yep.
spam jiggle?
That's Jello.
Yeah.
But there's like little pieces of icky jello in spam too.
Oh, that's true. That's true. The little fat bits. Oh.
Sometimes
Oh.
when I sneeze, I jiggle for another 30 seconds afterwards.
Oh, here's a good
especially-
one to mention
Especially
that we don't
after
need to do that.
Thanksgiving.
Okay. The good one to mention that we don't need to like talk about a lot is that it's been announced that Lower Decks is going to be aired in Europe like
Oh yeah.
the day after it's aired, which means probably like not the day because they're ahead of us, so like less than a day in Earth 24 hours in Europe. So
What?
there's no longer like a delay, like because they're ahead of us. If it like
The time
comes the
difference.
next day for them, that's
Yeah.
actually less than a day ahead.
Oh my gosh.
Great.
They're so cute.
That's so exciting. That's next week. Can you believe it?
I know.
No.
I can't even get over it.
Literally next week.
So here are your headlines at 6:23 on a Tuesday, 9:23 Eastern time, 8:23 Central. And for those of you at the Mountain Time Zone, probably none of you, that is 7:23. Those of you in UK and Europe, go to bed.
Chuck A is at the Mountain Time. He's in Colorado.
This is for you,
Oh, yeah.
Chuck
Good
A.
knowledge.
TrekMovie.com says confirmed Star Trek Lower Decks season 3 debuts internationally on Prime Video in August. Next one is also TrekMovie.com says Strange New Worlds is most watched Paramount Plus Star Trek original debut. CEO says franchise is just getting started.
Wow.
Yay.
So that's pretty cool.
That's very cool.
So
Wow, I want to
excited.
read that one. Good job. That is at trekmovie.com. Go check that out. What else
There
we
was
have?
one really cute one that I'm sending you on Facebook Messenger because I think it got lost in your Twitter.
Oh, 'cause
It's
we
one
don't
more
have
Twitter
enough.
thing. Yeah, it's just so cute. It has to get shown. Okay. I think it got
Where
lost.
is it?
I had sent it to you, but I sent it to you like a few days ago, so it got lost
But
in
where
the
is it
shuffle.
now?
So I just put it in
Facebook
your
Messenger.
Facebook Messenger. So this is a tweet from Kai from the Orville, like Claire's son in real life, his Twitter account. So basically he was like somewhere with Tom Costantino, friend of the show, and they were walking like down the hall. And so the actor who plays Kai tweeted out, my show's editor is doper than yours.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's Tom like walking down looking super cool. I just love this picture. Oh yeah,
awesome.
my editor producer is doper than your editor producer, which is just the cutest hashtag, and it's clearly true from this picture.
Cute.
That's
And we
so
love
cool.
Tom.
That's solid. That's
Yeah.
good stuff.
Isn't that adorable?
What's he carrying? Are those
Nice
I don't-
shoes too.
I was just thinking that.
I love that. See, Twitter
Wait
was
a minute.
pretty nice this week.
Not scripts. Not
I
those.
like the
I think
colors.
Sirach has these shoes.
I think he does too.
I think these are Sirach Lofton originals. And Tom here is copying Sirach Lofton or vice versa.
So now, next time you see him wearing them, you're gonna need a picture, and then we're gonna have like a Twitter like who wore it best.
Well, imitation
fair.
is the sincerest form of flattery.
Yeah.
That's true.
Mhm. Okay, and last quick hits, we've got screenrant.com says how Strange New Worlds season 2 will secretly bring back Khan. Thanks for ruining the secret, Screen Rant. Oh, that's our good buddy John Orchiola, by the way, doing some good work there.
Yes.
That is from today, so check that out. He says they're going to secretly bring back Khan in season 2.
I've seen hints of that.
Also, Cinema Blend says Star Trek Voyager's Kate Mulgrew provides great response to viral fan
Fun.
concern about her visiting the Janeway Monument. What is it? Well, you got to check out cinemablend.com.
That's
Well,
the
we
one
kind of
discussed.
covered it too
Yeah.
We got
already.
this covered.
All right. And then we have Jonathan Frakes. Oh, cool. Jonathan Frakes is the guest on Ian Spelling's new show. So go check that out. It's called To Boldly Ask, a Star Trek video podcast.
Those are good too. He
Cool.
asks questions that are different from the standard, like, how did you get in the show? He asks, more interesting
Right.
questions. So they're pretty high quality. I like that.
So you're saying that I should take notes.
You're
Oh.
muted, Anne Marie.
No, you were great, Ryan.
Oh yes. No, well, he has like decades of experience, like interviewing all these people. He's just amazing.
That's
Yeah.
great stuff. That's
Um,
awesome.
Yeah. What was the one? Oh, I was also going to mention J.R. Poole reminded me. So the Star Trek set tour of the TOS bridge in Ticonderoga. They're working on a TNG one.
Yeah.
So they're starting to get that updated, and the Akudas are starting to help with the end consoles. And then this weekend, John Delancey, Gates McFadden, Tracy Coco, and Brent Spiner are all there.
Yeah.
It's going to be crazy. I can't wait for all those pictures.
It is time for the Star Trek Day Trivia Day. Wait,
I thought we
game.
were
Do we have
out.
more? I thought you finished them all.
We don't know that. Let's find out.
Okay. If not, I have a backup one.
Well, we
Who
could
was the
start over.
first real astronaut? I already know the answer here.
Oh yeah.
Who was the
Oh,
first
yeah.
real astronaut to appear in any Star Trek episode? Is it
Easy.
A, Neil Armstrong, B, John Glenn, C, Mae Jemison, or D, Krista McAuliffe?
Oh, that's sad.
Why?
She was the teacher in the shuttle app in the
Oh,
Challenger
yeah.
I was
accident.
afraid of that. Sick joke.
Yeah,
That
wasn't a
is
good one to
not
include
a,
in
or
there.
maybe it's an homage.
Hmm.
Okay. So what's going on this week, everybody? Well, yesterday, the Seventh Rule just released our full review of Deep Space Nine, Season 7, Episode 6, Treachery, Faith, and the Great River. So hop on over to the Seventh Rule and check that out. Then tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, that is Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, Falling Tower over on the Falling Tower channel will release our review of Disney Plus's What If? That is the Marvel show getting a lot of acclaim. Dr. Mohammed Noor is our special guest host, and our guest of the week is meteorologist Katie Nicolau. There she is.
So
So
many
many
random
random fandoms. So check that out. That is premiering Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Then Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, since there's an open slot there, since there's no new Star Trek, we will be releasing on the Seventh Rule a roundtable discussion about which new series are people most excited to watch.
Cool.
So everybody check that out. We've had a nice long hiatus. By nice, I mean not nice. We've had a long hiatus of no new Star Trek for about 6 weeks. So what new series are you most looking forward to watching, or new season? Second half of Prodigy, season 3 of Lower Decks, season 2 of Strange New Worlds, season 5 of Discovery, season 3 of Picard. You know, so check that out. That's gonna be at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern time on the Seventh Rule Falling Tower channel. Sorry, Falling Tower is on Wednesday. Seventh Rule's on Thursday. There's too many things happening. And by too many, I mean just enough. And then Friday, we have, of course, Star Trek and Chill right here on this channel, probably at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern time. And then lastly, Sunday on the Seventh Rule YouTube channel. Let's pull that up. We will have, yes, Deep Space Nine, Season 7, Episode 11, Prodigal Daughter with very special guest, Nicole DeBoer, everybody. Nicole DeBoer, Esri Dax. So check that out. That is Sunday at 9 a.m. Pacific. Check that out. That's a lot of good stuff, everybody. And then we're all just going to like forget about everything and go party in Vegas. I'm already, as Kramer said on Seinfeld, in my mind, I'm already there. So the answer is, of course, C, Mae Jemison. Everybody knows. The Jemisons. Okay. Dr.
Is that
Mohammed
supposed to be like
Noor.
the Simpsons music?
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing? Okay.
Yeah.
I was checking.
Oh, I was thinking the Jetsons.
I don't know what they how do they say the Jetsons?
George Jetson.
Yeah, but what's
But at the end, it's like the Jetsons or something like that.
Something
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. You're right.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, good call.
So Dr. Noor, where can everybody find you online should you choose to be found?
Sure. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram at Mafnor, MAF like Frank, N like November, OOR, or on YouTube as Biotrekkie, BIOTREKKIE.
Very nice. Good stuff
Thank you.
there. What about you, Melissa?
At Melissa.Longo or not just Melissa Longo.
Hey, I said Falling Tower instead of YouTube earlier. Don't even worry about it.
Whoops.
What about you, Dr. Anne-Marie Siegel?
Twitter at Anne-Marie Siegel1, retweeting Memory Alpha.
That's awesome.
And all the footsies.
So funny.
That is, I can't believe that it only
So
had 6
cute.
likes. That thing only had 6 likes and 1 retweet.
Dude,
Was that one retweet
sometimes
you?
it's as fun as Riker Googling. Yes.
Wow, that's brilliant.
Where do we find you, Ryan?
Oh yeah. Falling Tower, Virtual TrekCon, and the 7th Rule on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and wherever podcasts are listened to or found. So check that out. All kinds of, yep, there it is. Glenn Iverson says, falling YouTube. Here it comes. They're coming fast and furious. I think what did I say on the 7th Rule Falling Tower thing. All right, that's it. You guys, we had a lot of fun. Everybody at home, thanks for playing along. Hello, Rose Kirby, Domestic, JR Poole, Chuck A, One Trek fan, Glenn Iverson, Anne Marie, Chuck A, we already got. Scott Palm, see you there.
Yay, Scott Palm. Good to
Linda
see you.
Anderegg, Just Rosie, Fran Iverson, Katie Carr, A Badger. Thank you all for joining us. We will see you in Las Vegas. My life.
And a quick reminder
Tokyo.
that the 7th Rule panel for Las Vegas will be Sunday. I was just talking to the Iversons about this.
What's that podcast called?
The 7th Rule?
Yeah,
It's
everybody
awesome.
go check out, if you're going to be in Vegas, the 7th Rule will have a panel on Sunday at Star Trek Las Vegas. That's the 56-year mission by Creation Entertainment, of course, STLV. And I think that's it, right?
Whoop, whoop.
Let's end this poll. And thank you all, everybody. When you are looking for polls and songs that sounds like the Jetsons, but it's really the Simpsons, put it on the main viewer.
Jetsons were first.